What's up, all you lovely people? Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. It really does mean a lot to me. And today, as you saw in the thumbnail, we're heading into night 8 of the 31 days of Halloween horror. So stick around.
You're afraid of dying.
How do you know? You've never tried it before.
All right, night 8. Before we get to it, that like button, that subscribe button. They're feeling lonely. If you could just press them for me, really does help me out. It means a lot to me, helps the channel grow and all that. But with that out of the way, for my night 8, I chose a favorite of mine, and that is 13 Ghosts, the remake. Not a lot of people know it's a remake, but this is a 2001 remake of a 1960 flick by William Castle, and it's a very, very well made upgrade or modern adaptation. And I'll get into the similarities in a minute. But the synopsis of this movie, in case you haven't seen it: when Cyrus Kritikos, a very rich collector of unique things, dies, he leaves his house, fortune, and his prized collection of ghosts. That's all the synopsis gives us. And if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch the rest of this because I don't want to spoil anything for you. Go watch the movie. If you have seen it, stick around. Now, this movie was directed by Steve Beck, who does not have a lot of credits under his belt overall, but as a director, even less. He also did work in visual effects. He worked on a couple big movies, most notably The Abyss and Hunt for Red October. As a director, he's only had 3 credits. He has the first credit on his IMDb page is just a video. It's not even a movie or a feature. But he directed this, and he also directed another underrated 2000s horror, Ghost Ship. Absolutely love that movie as well. Maybe we'll cover that sometime. But for now, we're gonna stick to 13 Ghosts. Now, the cast of this movie is Tony Shalhoub as Arthur Kritikos, F. Murray Abraham as the scene-chewing Cyrus Kritikos, Shannon Elizabeth as Tony Shalhoub's daughter, Kathy, and then the always amazing Matthew Lillard as Dennis Ravkin. All right, quick summary of the movie. Arthur Kritikos' wife dies in fire, leaving him, his 2 children, and their nanny to live in this apartment. They're barely making ends meet. Arthur's uncle Cyrus, played by F. Murray Abraham, is very rich and pretty eccentric, and he's collecting ghosts. He dies in the collection of the 12th ghost and leaves everything to his nephew Arthur and his family. Now, that seems to be a godsend since they're barely making ends meet, and this is a big house full of lots of rich, fancy things. But not so quick. As we know, Cyrus didn't really die. He was collecting these 12 ghosts for something very nefarious, and Arthur and his family moving in is kicking off that event. So one thing I want to point out about this movie is the production and scenic design. Everything in this movie is shiny and clear. The house is made of glass. It's just a beautiful house. It's got the Latin writing all over the walls, which was actually added to make it a little easier to shoot so that they couldn't just see right through everything. Another thing I want to point out about this movie, I'm not going to show it unfortunately, but there's a kill in this movie that has stuck with me since 2001 when I first saw it. And I don't think it'll ever go away because I think it's one of the best kills of any horror movie ever. And for me, I'm not even kidding. This is on the same level as the Jason freezing the girl's face in Jason X and smashing her head open. It's on the same level in my opinion. And that's the kill of the lawyer, J.R. Bourne, in the movie. I can't show it. YouTube would not like that. However, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't remember it, go back and watch it because that kill it's out of this world. Another aspect of the movie that's really, really well done is the character design for the ghosts. And I'm gonna run through. There's 12 ghosts here, and they had to come up with these characters to match the Black Zodiac that they came up with. As far as I know, it's not a real thing. So the Black Zodiac is essentially 12 unique spirits that all have a specific energy needed to power up this contraption that Cyrus Kritikos has built. This contraption is called the Eye of Hell, the Ocularis Infernum, I think they call it in the movie. But anyways, it's the Eye of Hell, and it's essentially this thing that can be opened, and you can see to the future, the past, the present. You can see everything. All knowing is essentially it. And the person who owns this or controls it would be the most powerful person on earth. So Arthur has collected these 12 spirits to open this Eye of Hell so that he can just be the most powerful person on earth. Now, the Black Zodiac is represented, as I said, by 12 unique spirits. They are the firstborn son, Number 2, The Torso. Number 3, The Bound Woman. Number 4, The Withered Lover. Number 5, The Torn Prince. Number 6, The Angry Princess. Number 7, The Pilgrimess. Number 8 and 9 together, because they're a duo, The Great Child and the Dire Mother. Number 10, The Hammer. Number 11, The Jackal. Number 12, The Juggernaut. Now I'm just going to throw it out there. The Jackal still scares me to this day. The design of that ghost and the small amount of backstory you get for it still terrifies me to this day. Another thing, there are videos out there, and it was a special feature on one of the physical media copies of the movie where they actually have F. Murray Abraham, who plays Cyrus Kriticos, reading the backstories of all 12 ghosts. It's really, I think it's only like between 10 to 15 minutes long. It's really awesome. You can find it on YouTube. I'll put a link for one of them in the description. You should definitely go check it out. It's really interesting. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, the movie's called 13 Ghosts, but you only listed 12. And you're right. The 13th ghost is one that isn't dead yet, essentially. What happens is, as the 12 ghosts that have already been collected, as they assemble around the device, the 13th ghost is a ghost that has to be created then out of an act of pure love. So Arthur is expected to be the 13th ghost by jumping into the eye to save his children. That's the whole plan. As we find out, obviously, Cyrus didn't die. He set this whole thing in motion so that Arthur would come in and sacrifice himself, be the 13th ghost, open the Eye of Hell. So for ranking this, I'm actually going to give it 4 out of 5 pumpkins. I absolutely love the movie. I've said it so many times already throughout the video, but I'm going to say it one more time. And I love it more each time I watch it. It hasn't wavered. And it just keeps getting better. I think it's very deserving of 4 out of 5 pumpkins. All right, everyone, that's what I picked for my night 8 for 31 Days of Halloween Horror. 13 Ghosts. Let me know what you picked if you're watching along. Let me know if you've seen this movie, if you like it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Come back and then let me know what you thought about it. With that, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love you. Have a great, safe week.